Hey, this is Scott Cole from when to buy and sell stocks.com, and I just wanted to give my weekly market commentary for the stock market in the U.S. on the week ending February 10th, 2012. Friday we ended a little bit down. Here with the Dow Jones, we were down 89 points, about 0.7% on the day. And for the week, the loss was about 0.5% or 61 points on a week. For the S&P 500, we were down just over 2 points for the week. And on Friday, we were down about 0.7, down just over 9 points. For the NASDAQ, we finished down Friday 0.8%, and for the week, we were essentially flat. We were down less than 0.1%, or down only about 1.8 points on the week. So the NASDAQ is still trading at, I think multi-year highs going back to about 2002. 2001 actually. So the next peak the next significant peak is the all-time high set in 2000, which I believe that was near 5,000 points or something. So we have a ways to go. Yes, it closed over 5,000 back then during the heyday of the stock, the internet bubble and whatnot. So where are we going forward? Well, I still see a lot of bearishness among the individual investors that I pay attention to. And they have been calling for a top, and they're trying to short stocks like Apple. I know at least a couple traders have been buying puts on Apple, and let's just look at Apple. While they've been doing that, Apple's been just going straight up. And even on a down day on Friday, Apple managed to squeeze out a minor gain, although it was essentially flat for the day. But this is a stock you don't short. This is the best company in the world. It's got great earnings, and it now has price momentum. So, there are plenty of opportunities elsewhere if you want to sell a stock short. This is an ego kind of a thing. People like to try and call tops and bottoms because when they get one right out of 10 or 20, then they can point to that as their track record and say, look, I picked the top in such and such. Well, Apple is nowhere near a top of any significance. Plenty of other opportunities to short other stocks, but this is the best company in the world. Stay away from trying to short that stock. Most traders are finding that it's actually probably undervalued from a fundamental standpoint. It's a company that's got $100 billion in cash, and they might even start paying a dividend, so that would even get some income investors involved in Apple at some point if they ever did decide to do that. But there are plenty of other opportunities to sell stock short. So what am I looking at for the overall market? Apple has had a hand at actually probably keeping the big averages a little bit higher than what they should be, but the point I've continued to make is until I see a true selling day in the market, then I believe this market will continue to trade higher. We're probably a little extended here and going to get a little minor pullback. But until we see that true selling day where all of the major market averages are down over 1%, and I would prefer them down probably over 1.25%. But if they're down over 1%, the Dow Jones Industrials, the S&P 500, Dow Transports, and the NASDAQ Composite. You see all those market averages down over 1%. Then it's probably a time to raise some cash. And then if you see that situation again within a week or two, then you probably want to be in all cash. Examples of this are these kind of trading days here, such as back in November when the S&P was down 47 points on that day, after you had had a couple true selling days just the week before. So that led to a little bit of a correction here, but then you had a true buying day, followed by a follow-through day there, and that suggested that the market had bottomed for probably good right there. So, and then that was confirmed a little bit later by this day here, where the market was up about 3%. So right now this market is healthy, and there's still plenty of healthy skepticism about this market going higher. There's tons of reasons why the market should go down. We're printing too much money here in the U.S. There's so much problems going on in Europe. There's a slowdown in China. This, that, and the other. And our economy could be doing better. Still haven't solved the residential real estate issue. But the fact of the matter is that this market continues to march higher, and you have no reason to bet that it's going to go lower at this point. So it's confounding the skeptics, and that means the trend of least resistance is to the upside for now. So come visit us at whentobuyandSellStocks.com, and you'll learn a lot more about the stock market and how to jump on some of the hot momentum stocks, one of which I'm going to point out a couple. Here's CIE, Cobalt International Energy. In the interest of full disclosure, this is a stock that I did buy on February the 6th, last Monday. My entry price was about $21.65, and it closed Friday $31.68. I have no idea where it's going to go from there, but it looks like this is a stock I'm happy to be long of, and I would not recommend anybody buy this stock at these levels unless we see a nice new box formed and a new small base from which you can jump on board the stock on a new breakout and know what your risk is going to be. But do not buy this stock now. Another stock that we had mentioned a couple times, Medivation. This stock continues to perform pretty well. Looks like it might be forming a new box here. We'd initially mentioned the $50 level with this stock. Broke out there, pulled back to that level, and then had a significant breakout a little over a week ago, and now it's trading up about $68. You do not want to buy it. Well, actually, if you wanted to nibble on Monday, this is actually probably a good entry point there, around that $68 level, but beware of any general market weakness in that regard. So, what other stocks have I been looking at? Pharmacyclics, that broke out. We haven't really mentioned that one much. Not one that I've been following. RSC Holdings, RRR, that's a stock to monitor for a new box setup there. Natural Alternatives has just broken out, but it's been a lower price stock, so watch for an increase in volume here before we consider any entries there. And those are just some of the issues we've been looking at. And if you're generally long this stock market, I suggest you stay long. And look to raise money on a true selling day, but we have not seen one of those yet. As of 8 o'clock this evening, I checked the stock index futures, and they are positive in overnight trading so far. So looks like at the moment we might be looking for a positive of open on Monday. And we'll see you down the road in some more videos.